people having ownership in their communities. A lot of what we created is not ownership. And to be able to own your own life, own your own community, be included in decision making of your own neighborhoods, I think that's really important and vital for the success of these. And the other thing I would just say, if you look at Chicago, as Stephanie was mentioning, 230 killings this weekend for July 4th. Just think had the projects, and I don't even like that word, of the 60s been ownership, co-ops, condos like Co-op City, then that would have changed history of wealth of families' lives. Ownership is that vehicle, one of them, along with education and a job, that lifts people up. And the pandemic took us away for a year. We want new visions, new solutions, no more shootings, an opportunity for every kid, from in Yonkers all the way up to Beantown and everywhere in between.
You're right. You know, lately we've been involved, or trying to be involved, trying to promote small businesses. Okay,
I love small businesses
because
I don't like Bezos.
Yeah, we need to motivate the community. Look, work for you, for the things you want.
Right.
I have a great friend. I have to mention this because he supports me. I support him.
Sure.
Community supporting community. Legacy store.
Okay.
Denim boutique on 371 Warburton Avenue.
All right.
This is a young man.
I love Warburton too.
Yeah, this is a young man that is working very hard. Great products. So I tell
what type of products?
Sports stuff.
Oh,
this
great.
type of things
I'll
that
give
you
him
are
a call.
wearing.
Maybe we'll get him on one day.
Yes, great guy, good stuff. But we need to do more than just words. People can say whatever they want. They can say, "Oh, I want to help these. I want to support these." Look,
right.
The road to hell is full of people with good intentions.
Great intentions, right? Yeah, yeah.
So we need to actually do it. We need to.
We have to help support small businesses. Can you say that in Spanish, by the way?
Tenemos que soportar los negocios pequeños de nuestra comunidad. Temos que suportar os negócios pequenos da nossa comunidade. Não tem que suportar tudo negócio pequenininho da nossa comunidade. Gente de Cabo Verde, gente de todo mundo, te olhar, te escutar.
Well, we want to say mucho bendiciones. Importante, la futura América es mucho latino, ¿sí?
Claro.
En la entienda pequeños para ayudar a latinos para comenzar nuevo en tiendas pequeño, ayudar a la comunidad y nosotros vendamos allá, sí.
Yeah. We have people watching us from all over the place.
I know that.
Okay.
All over
the world.
I
In
know.
Mexico, UK, Australia, Japan, China,
Arigato.
Portugal.
Shei.
Yeah.
Obrigado.
Everywhere.
Well, listen, you're everywhere. Yonkers Voice is everywhere. I know we're going to come back in the break in a minute, and we're so glad. Rue Ross, so you've grown this in 15 years. How have you grown this? I mean, do you have an idea of your viewing audience?
Yes, Yonkers Voice initially had one platform, one page, Yonkers Voice, on Facebook. We then grew and we saw other interests. Not everyone likes politics. Personally, I don't like politics.
Me too.
Okay? I get involved because people need to know who's who, but not because I enjoy the politics.
Right.
I enjoy to have a community, a platform where we can hold the politicians accountable for the things that they promised, did or not do, or whatever.
Right.
So
and that ruffles feathers sometimes.
it does. I have.
But if you're a paid servant, I'm a paid servant. Not much. I don't make money, but I have a responsibility to the public to help to try to make communities better as a not-for-profit. And our elected officials, I'm a little radical. I think, like, people should run for office for free a lot of times and donate their service for a term, and not get any political contributions, which would change everything and which would upend a lot of the cart. But it's not against any one person. It's just the founding fathers, it started that way.
We talk about the system, not the person.
Right.
So from one platform, Yonkers Voice grew into many platforms that is tailored to a particular interest. We have Yonkers Voice that is basically dedicated to Yonkers and surrounding cities, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, whatever.
Great.
We have politics, we have home garden, we have let's
Small
empower.
businesses.
We have small business. Tell us
Schools.
about your business. We have schools. We have education. It's tailored to a particular interest. So if you don't like politics, stay away from the
Right,
politics.
don't see that.
Don't see that side.
Right.
So we have Instagram, Twitter, and all others, and our exposure in our platforms has up to now it's 13.1 or 0.2 million.
Oh, put those. We're going
It's
to
on
talk
now?
about that. We're going to talk about. We're going to the break. We're getting hammers and nails here. I am Nick. Thank you. We have the Indigo Girls singing Hammer and Nails.
Yeah.
Rue, you've seen me with Hammer and Nails and all the volunteers. We're working in Yonkers on historic Marquette Row. I'm
Yes.
hoping to bring you down there. I love
I was there once.
Oh, I
remember?
love Marquette Row. That's right. I love that neighborhood, and not only once we're in a neighborhood, it's not just helping the one home, but working on the whole neighborhood. Because we love to help whole neighborhoods. Because I have so many volunteers rather than working on that one. Now, sometimes it takes us longer. The best thing is we take unskilled volunteers. The best thing we do is we take unskilled volunteers. But we're teaching all the time, and then we're making community gardens. We're making painting the seniors' home. We're pushing for street lights to be fixed and crosswalks. Those are like my Bitcoin, like my stock option. Yeah, and I'll partner with the DPW or the mayor's office or the council and say, hey, look, we're doing it long enough that we've been blessed to work with the city in the office to see neighborhoods come back. I even believe that the factories in Yonkers can make things. Our Made in America initiative, that we can bring jobs back to those great, because the guts of the factories, you've been all over the world, are there to make things again. And we've kind of abdicated that off to other countries. I know, and I wasn't there when Ashburton was thriving, though it's getting back to it. But when they had all those jobs, I can imagine what it must have been like in Yonkers. Unbelievable.
Look, Yonkers is full.
I love Yonkers, and
so do I. You know, Yonkers is full of good talent. Yonkers is full of positive things.
Right.
Okay. What Yonkers is lacking is exposing those good things that are going on.
Right.
We need more people to come forward, to tell us about what they're doing, to tell us about what are they doing to motivate others.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, by the way, if you just joined us, Jim Killoran here with two great guests. Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice, YonkersVoice.com, on the beat all the time. Stephanie Karam from Tufts University, Montfort High School, Bronx, great person. Shout out to Dominica?
Dominica, yes.
Dominica.
An
And your
island in the Caribbean.
an island in the Caribbean that got really hit by Hurricane Maria. She's a future leader to change the world. And that's, this is what gives me hope, Rue. I make a huge commitment. She's going to change the world. I mean, what an honor that 10, 20 years from now, wherever you and I are, hopefully we're still fighting the fight. We're both 63. But this is for you, we do it. And for every other kid that you know that went from the Bronx or Mount Vernon or Yonkers or for any town, that the world is going to get better. And I think that's the gift of the pandemic. I had two groups that usually go to Panama City and they built for a week. From Garden City, they came in for a week and worked. From Ford and Prep, they usually go to Tennessee, spend $100,000 for a year. Our mission is Mission New York this year. Mission Yonkers, Mission New York. What we have here is talent of the world and everything to get it right. And that's what excites me when I see you interviewing everybody. If you just joined me, Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice. How many people are you saying 3.1 million on that?
On Yonkers Voice
Yeah.
altogether? No. I said 13.2 million.
13.2 million are hitting that at any given time from all over the world.
All over the world.
Wow! And you just, do you remember your first Yonkers Voice interview?
I remember, not interview, but I remember the very first topic. And it was a topic that did not sit well with some people, but it was the topic that triggered many people to join.
Well, a lot of times what really is happening in communities doesn't always get covered.
Well,
Do you think that's true by a lot of the press? Because what's good about you're in Yonkers and you're local. A lot of our other press have kind of they might read something and then put it in, but they're not on the ground.
They're not on the ground.
Right.
And it's a whole different thing. One thing is coming after the fact, and another thing is being there as the facts are happening.
Right.
Now,
Hang on one second.
Sure.
Let me ask the future. What do you read to keep up with the news? Is it Twitter? Is it social media? Do you pick up a newspaper? Do you know what a newspaper is?
I do know what a newspaper is.
Stephanie Carroll.
Mostly I watch MSNBC, CNN, Fox News.
So you watch all the cable shows and
I
a
watch
variety of them.
I watch a variety. I
And
try
make
to
your own
watch
opinions.
both sides of the cable shows, and that's mostly what I use. I try not to go to social media to get my information.
But now you're going to go to Yonkers Voice. I know that.
I didn't know things like Yonkers Voice existed.
Well, there's a lot of
Specifically-
bloggers who have come up and challenged, have helped increase I mean, Talk of the Sound covers a lot of stuff that people don't like what he covers, but whether you like him or not, that's not the point. It's about getting information so we can make communities better.
you know,
Is that part of what?
that's exactly, you said exactly right. I am not there for people to like me
You
personally.
got a beautiful wife. You don't need anyone else.
That's it.
You say
Okay.
say hi to her in Mexico.
Hi, Mari.
Bendiciones, hija.
Bendiciones allá en Morelia. So I'm not there to be liked by all. When I started Yonkers Voice, I knew from the get-go in that I was not going to please everybody. And I am always worried about the man that pleases everybody.
You can't.
Okay, you can't. And when you do,
You're in
something
trouble.
is wrong with you.
Right. So that
So-
smile all the time
Yeah.
can't cut it.
My goal was to let the people of Yonkers know what's going on. Okay, that's why if you look at one of our articles, they are not very complex. They'll tell you the time, they tell you the place, they tell you what I see. And because we're there very early in investigation, sometimes we're there at the same time as the police, sometimes earlier, because
Right.
we're always driving around. So there is,
How do I'm amazed. How do you get there? How do you find out?
well,
People will call me into Rochelle a lot because they know I'm fighting for downtown, for
Mhm.
walking police, for lack of crime, like the 101 basic things in communities. If you cover those 101s, everything will flourish from there. So, do you have people that will call you, Rue, or you'll see something, or you hear it on a police scanner, or
Well-
don't tell any of your tips?
No, I'm going to tell you, let's start with the scanner. Lots of people think it's a scanner. Police, Yonkers PD went scrambled about 2 years ago.
No.
So the scramble is out of the
Doesn't
question.
work. You can't even get a scanner.
No, you get the scanner. You don't get the audio.
Oh, I got you.
Because it's
Oh,
scrambled.
I got you.
So, but the page is so large. There is so many people on the page
They'll
that
let you know.
immediately
You get a post.
I get a comment, a post, a location,
Amazing.
and what they see.
If you just joined us, we're here with Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice. We're talking about Stephanie. Should any kid get shot in this country?
No.
I mean, it's really irrational. We can't accept that. When a kid gets shot anywhere, whether it's the Bronx, Chicago, Yonkers, anywhere, downtown New Rochelle, we can't accept that.
We shouldn't.
In this city, we shouldn't, right? We're here with the team that's helping to make it better every day. Jim Killoran, we're rising up after this next break. We're talking about making the world better. Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice, Stephanie Karam, a great engineering student. We're coming right back on VOX. Rise Up with Jim Killoran, fullercenterny.org, Yonkers Voice, and all the rest. We love you. Come right back.
And as we're taking a commercial break, we continuing live on Yonkers Voice.
We don't take a break.
We
and
don't
you
take a break.
never take a break.
It doesn't matter. I don't
Middle
take
of the
commercials
night, every-
break. I don't take breaks in the middle of the night.
Right.
The city calls, I'm there. But I wanted also to make a point, Jim, that even though there is a group of people that sometimes they might say, look, you're covering too much negativity. I feel that we have an obligation to cover whatever happens on the street.
You do cover positive stuff.
I do,
too, though.
of course I do. I
You-
covered
when
your
I
events at the
Cover our
park.
events. I see you cover a nice interview with this other
Today,
woman who's doing
sugar, sugar, the cakes.
Yeah,
We cover plenty of good events, but somehow people don't remember those things.
right.
Okay. But my point is, if Yonkers Voice was not on the streets of Yonkers, you would not know half of the things that
No.
are happening on the streets of Yonkers.
And that's not unique to Yonkers, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're in a public, if you head up a public domain, right, and you want cities and people to live there and to move there, you don't always want to hear this.
But that's reality, Jim.
But no, I know it. I'm not saying don't
Yeah.
do it. I'm saying, to me, that's what I think people who want to just sugarcoat it
Exactly.
sometimes.
So my point is, and you're right, you know, I want to emphasize again that whatever we see in Yonkers is not exclusively to Yonkers. But
Oh,
I
no,
am
no.
in Yonkers, so I broadcast the
Well,
things that happen.
we need Yonkers Voice everywhere.
Yeah. So maybe we will expand and make it
Have
Baltimore Voice, Florida Voice.
Well, or other cities here. I mean, your talent and like you said to me, my fear is what happens when Rue Ross takes a month off. What?
Yonkers Voice is taking 2 months off coming soon.
2 months? Oh no, you can't. But and I need to have people like Stephanie and others come up. Your talent is so important, and your information is so important for what's going on. Do you have others that can help you?
Well, the only
Because it's a
person,
very unique talent. When
Yes,
and no one goes out like you and I do,
Exactly.
no matter what time of the day or night.
that's right. You know, look, I always say that we have to groom others
Right.
to continue working on the
So my
vision
question
that
to
we
you is,
started.
who are you grooming? You don't have to answer that yet.
Yes.
He's ungroomable, folks. He's a force in himself. And there's that song that says, I'm a force in myself, but with you, you make me better. We need future communications interns and people to learn that gift of what you've done, so we can have real reporting. And where reporting has gone away local, and just with a press release, we need more rules in this world. What do you
Gene?
think?
I think we need more gyms like you on the Fuller Center,
Right.
because and the difference here between, I guess, us and some others, of course there is other people like us, we just need
Right.
to motivate them, we need to be
Pull 'em
contagious
out.
of care, you know, love and kindness and care. But one quality that I think you and I have in common is the love for our community.
Right.
This comes from
I love Yonkers. You love Yonkers. It
What-
reminds me where I grew up in
Yeah.
Worcester, in a 3-decker on the 3rd floor. There are 7 hills, and the same things that go on in Worcester and Yonkers, and there's a lot of similarities. And I'm the kid. I grew up in a Marquette Row house. I grew up on the 3rd floor on Orchard. You know, that's me, and my mother carried the coal. So we're going back to our station. And Stephanie, can you introduce introduce our guests and myself and say
So-
welcome back?
Welcome back, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm here with Jim Killoran and Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice. That's Yonkers Voice on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And Stephanie Karam, who's a Tufts University engineering leader and is helping to get our Rebuild America engineering team, right? And we have one kid from Yale University of Cincinnati, that they can think out of the box on how we can design a better mousetrap, a better home, a better community. And that's what I'm blessed. I have a lot of commitment to youth.
Jim, it was 2 years ago that I met you at the Grant Park?
Yeah, I love
With
Grant
the
Park.
whole bunch of young guys from colleges.
We had six buses, 3 buses full of interns.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, or it could have been 3 buses full of Brunswick High School kids. We have people and I have armies of volunteers. Not everyone sees it. And I'm not always seeking the press. I just want to do it, right? I don't have
You
a
have
PR
to seek
machine.
the press.
Well, we
Jim.
do. We need to get the word out. And my focus was really, I'd rather concentrating first. Like we brought 9,000 of those volunteers to Hurricane Sandy. The anniversary is next year. So you saw busloads of interns. Companies send their interns to us as part of their internship program, so that they realize that they're put on life to give back. No matter whether you make $1 million or 100,000 or 10,000, we're all put on life to help one another. And I think that's the message of the pandemic, that we can make a better world. What we're seeing with the crime, let's turn it around. Let's make this a historic day, that this is going to change in neighborhoods in Yonkers, that people are going to drop their guns. that we're going to have students be leaders and more roos and more gyms and more others. And we were shut down for a year. And you say, well, did COVID cause all this? And faith, we weren't even allowed to, whether you say Baruch Hashem or Alhamdulillah or whatever you say, we couldn't pray with each other. And now it's time to take and have a vision on a better Yonkers, a better world. What say you?
And you know, Jim, in pandemic, tragic events like 9/11 and others have shown that we can work as one.
Right, no question. Yeah,
we can do it.
The best thing that I love is that we call it the theology of the hammer. I don't care what service you attend on the weekends. Well, I was taught to hate. I was Irish Catholic from Massachusetts and Democrat. If you're none of those, you're going to hell, and I'm going to kill you. That's the love of God, right? That's what and poor Stephanie has to meet a few of those. And I love my history, but all of that is washed away when you stop and think and say, wait a minute, here we are from all over the world, just in this room, and we're one. We're one team. We love life, and we're going to make it better wherever you are, whatever you believe. But you have to, it's easier for us to put ourselves, stay in that box, and not get out of it. It's very secure, Irish Catholic, Democrat, white, and fight everyone else, right? And I love all my traditions. But if you can't stop and think, and educare means to liberate. If you can't stop and think of a better mousetrap, because you don't get out of the box, then you ain't using your brain power.
No, Jimmy.
You stopped and started, if you just joined us, Rue Ross, Yonkers Voice.
Yes, yes.
Where were you born?
I was born in Cape Verde Islands.
Capo Verde.
Cape Verde.
Obrigado. Big Capo Verde
Cape Verde
community in Yonkers.
Yes, yes. But I grew up in Mozambique, which is in southern
I'd like to spend some time in Mozambique. So, Bob Dylan did. That was his
so
song.
allow me, Jim, to tell the community.
We love Yonkers.
That we want more people with positive stories, people that can motivate others to do positive work. We need them to step forward. If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at yv.support@yonkersvoice.com. Tell us your story.
Say that again,
yv.support@yonkersvoice.com.
Why? Because you know, the other day you did a shot on this homeless woman, and you said, let's go help this woman down by Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Cookie.
And you did it, Cookie, and the response from all of us.
It was unbelievable.
Right? We were all
you
there.
You went there.
I was there. And not for press. I got enough recognition. I'm the weakest link, but just remember, no one should be homeless in New York.
No, yeah.
I mean, no cookies, no gyms, no one on the street, and it's time that we change that. And that's, the only reason why I stay here is people like you guys, and my faith. Because to say you want to build affordable homes in New York, it ain't the most popular subject. But when I see us going in and we see us people helping Cookie, or I see us rebuilding benches or making a community garden or rebuilding a house that was empty, and I got people see how good it is, I'm very selfish. I love to be happy. I love to see people's lives improve. I get depressed when it's hard to be ugly.
Jim, happiness comes in different ways.
Right.
You go and you bring Cookie the things that she needs.
And I didn't even meet her, but I knew she was going to have
all other cookies around that
thousands.
They desperately need, and you give them something that they need. That night, you go to sleep happy.
She's got what she needs.
She got what she needs.
Accolades. It's just like, and that's the neighborhood of the world. Stephanie Karam, did they teach that at Tufts to have a broader vision?
Yes.
I mean, I can't even spell Tufts, Rue. I can't spell on my teeth. What's this place, Tufts?
Who cares about spelling, as long as you're doing it?
Kids, you're in one of the finest, quote unquote, supposedly institutions in the country. Well, I mean, like I said, Harvard studying poverty is like a drug dealer teaching addiction.
Mm-hmm.
They could build everyone a house in Boston with their endowment. That's what I think. Are universities there to get a job? Are they perpetuating just certain things to spew out? Or they challenge you to do better and think different? That's the real education. What do you think, Steph?
I think that we are.
And we love Tufts. So.
We're pushing for collaboration, but we're not talking about these kinds of things in the classroom. right?
A lot of times education in classrooms, and where'd you go to school?
Here,
Yeah.
Pace.
Pace. My wife went there, God rest her soul. Great school. But the real education starts when you leave, when you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah.
And that's that on the job and engineer, right? Or when you get out there and networking. So it doesn't mean there isn't a case for education, but we got to make sure that education is leading everybody to something that's going to help them have a good quality of life and help others. Do you think that makes sense or no?
Totally makes sense.
Rue Ross, Yonkers Voice, Stephanie Karam, Tufts University, Rebuilding America Engineering Team of Fuller Center. What an honor to have both of you here. Rue, where do you go from here? You get a call. To all the viewers, we love Yonkers, we love this man. And, all of our comments are, I love everyone that's an elected official, one-on-one. I hate politics, they all know that. It's a dirty game, and it's about, you always have to get your name out there, and sometimes it costs a lot, and it costs what really needs to be done correctly. Because if you came up with a good idea, but you're my opponent, I don't want that idea, which could solve the problem out there, because it came from you.
That's right.
And that's where there's a real disconnect. And
so guys, and I want you to never forget that Yonkers Voice is not my voice. Yonkers Voice is the platform where your voice can be heard.
Yonkers Voice. How do you describe what is Yonkers Voice for our listeners?
Yonkers Voice, Yonkers Voice, it's a social page, a social platform where the community can come and see the things that are happening on the city that you live in, more specifically Yonkers.
Now let's talk about the first Rue Ross in Westchester. I'd be remiss if I didn't give credit to Bill O'Shaughnessy, who has started this station with his whole team, kept this community station where there are none for people to, if you want to call in and say Killoran is nasty and crazy and Ross, got to shut that thing down. Anyone can call in tomorrow to Dennis and Tani and say that, or say Stephanie is great or not great. This station is what Yonkers Voice is in a lot of ways. Not with all the bells and whistles of social media, but you really got to have a community station in New York like this. And every elected official wants to be on here because they know how important it is for the pulse of the beat.
Yeah.
That's what Yonkers Voice is too.
Well, Jim, but I need
Thank you, Mr. O, by the way,
Okay.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy.
I need to point out that even though I started Yonkers Voice became what it is because of the team that works with me hand to hand.
You got a good team.
I have a good team. I have a handful of admins on the page: Michael Levine, Jennifer Holland, and many others. Rob.
So they're running your social. That's great. Well,
Yeah,
I need Stephanie. We don't have the young generation,
You
I
know-
don't even know what TikTok
Yeah.
is. But we're coming right back after this. Jim, maybe we'll do a TikTok video. No, not today. Coming right back. Jim Killoran, Rising Up, WVOX.com, and we're still on Yonkers Voice live right now. Come right back.
Dr. Marino, Vigor, and this is admin.
They all help you with all.
They all help me with.
I have people like Hank Miller helps with social media, and I help. Yeah, Stephanie, I'll ask her to post, and Michelle, all of them. I'm just glad to turn my phone on and get it on right without
That's it.
breaking it, which happens a lot.
Yeah. And this is people that live all over United States.
Oh,
They're
wow.
not from Yonkers,
Right, right.
but they have the same passion and the same vision.
Excellent, excellent.
But my next phase is get people from Yonkers
Right, to help do that.
to help me.
Well, you got great schools like Riverside and CSEE and
Yes.
Yonkers High School and
We can have some
Saunders.
interns.
Right, right. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the future Ruse.
Yeah, we
Yonk-
need. Yeah.
Yonkers need you. And is social media important for your generation, Stephanie?
It is. In order to access my generation, I think you need to have social media. Maybe not TikTok, but Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Specifically Instagram and Twitter. That's how you're gonna get in contact with my generation.
And what is Snapchat?
I don't even know. I
don't
never
even know
use it.
What's Snap? So we don't know what Snapchat is. But we're chatting here on Yonkers Voice. I'm interviewing Rue Ross, who needs interns from Yonkers, who loves Yonkers.
Yes.
and does a great job on interviewing. I got Stephanie here, and I really believe though that all that social media, we're gonna. They realize that our infrastructure for cyber everything is fragile. A great venue like yours, do you have a backup for all you're an expert on all this, so I'm sure you do. But that's an important thing. They even attacked a school recently. I get real concerned. I'm somewhat of a prepper since the floods and from Hurricane Sandy. Is that? Do you ever think about that?
Well,
because you're so important.
Well,
Yonkers Voice is so important.
The structure with the social platforms is that you run your groups, your pages on somebody else's platform.
Oh, I got you.
So they do.
So they don't even know whether it's being run.
Exact. Well, yes and no, because sometimes you get a large amount of new members that you have no idea who those new members are. One could be a hacker that once he's in your page and find out your credentials, and if he goes in as an admin or has a way of being an admin without the owner of the page know, he can crash the whole thing. So what we do is we do archive backup.
Oh, archive backup, great.
Okay.
So there's Yonkers Voice archives.
Yeah, so we might lose, if we get hit, we might lose maybe up to yesterday. Maybe we lose the content from yesterday and today.
But you have backups.
But
there.
I have backups to a certain day.
Well, if you just joined us, I'm with Rue Ross. I'm interviewing him on Yonkers Voice. Amazing person. I've always admired, and when I've seen your platform grow and grow, and when I'll often pop up Yonkers Voice Live on my Facebook, and I'll see what's going on, because I'm in those neighborhoods a lot. Not as much as you, because I have a bigger territory. But some of the finest people I know live in the neighborhoods that need those guns taken out of it, that need people to step up as leaders, and need community activity, like the same they get in any town or city for the kids, the future of the youth. And I'm a big one of saying we got to have activity for youth all the time.
Jim, I have to talk about these. I met two angels last week.
Great.
They exist.
I believe that.
And
I think I saw one of those interviews.
Yeah, they exist. No, you didn't see the angels because these two angels were very discreet.
Okay.
They want to be anonymous. In contrary to what people believe, not all angels have wings. Okay, these two that I met had no wings, but they had a golden heart. They donated $2,000 that in food and clothing.
Let's talk about those two
Yes.
angels in a minute. Yep. Yes, sir. We're on the station, and Mr. O, the bill is made, and highlighted Howard Stern that he has the right to say whatever he wants. You're on WVOX, you have a right to say whatever you want. Dennis and Tani in the morning. I got Rue Ross, Yonkers Voice, Stephanie Karam, engineering team of the Fuller Center NY, designing new mousetraps and houses and a new vision in 2 weeks. That's what I need from you. You could do it. Rue Ross, we're talking about angels. Angels are real.
They're real.
I believe God is real, the mustard seed. I believe we are all here, every breath we take, and that every person that crosses our path is for a reason in life. Tell me, you met two angels?
I met two angels. First, I wasn't sure if they were angels because I saw no wings. Okay. Then I came to the conclusion that not all angels have wings. What all angels do have, it's a heart made of gold.
Right.
Okay. These two angels.
I have a lot of angels too.
Yes. These two angels donated $2,000 worth of clothing, food that we donated past Saturday in Yonkers, Getty Square.
Great.
It was a good turnout. Tasha Diaz, the councilwoman Tasha
Yes.
Diaz,
Yeah.
and myself were just the
Shout
vehicles.
out to Tasha.
Yeah. Shout out to Tasha. We were just the vehicles to donate, to reach out to the people.
Right. Right.
Okay. And the reason I mentioned
We're a pass-through. We're all put on life to I get things I've gotten over the years to give out. You can't, there's enough time in a day. I have angels who use me and just say, Jim, and I know you'll get it to someone. So you're an angel too with Tasha to get that out to people. I don't want to make your head go with wings, but to do that and to go do that and Tasha and to be in the community and to help people. So you had some angels who donated and bought this and you gave it out in Get a Square.
That is correct. And
I think I saw that one too.
yes, that was past Saturday, and the angels were there donating. They just did not want, just like you, be
They want to be anonymous.
they wanted to be anonymous.
Right.
They wanted to be anonymous, and we respected
There's
that.
a lot of people like that
Yes.
who never want, and that's really that's the best type of giving.
Yes.
You know, I need to tell people so we get more support. But the best givers are the one who never tell you. They drop in with things. They drop in with a check. They drop in with their time, and then the unsung heroes
Yeah.
that are always keeping stuff going.
I like to mention them though, because I want other people to be contagious of the love. I want people to be contagious.
Well, this is the multiplication of Yonkers Voice and Stephanie today. This is a historic day. You know, you started to use your vehicle to say, listen, go help Cookie. Cookie's helped. Stephanie, you're going to help get the word out. Rebuild a new design, a houseboat, a new house. We can do this, New York. No one should be homeless. You know, Jim Millard Fuller said, go out and build more homes, Jim. People need them. And they said he was crazy, and he built in 170 countries. That's the message of getting away from the pandemic and get all the angels to get a hold of Rue and Stephanie and us and say, let's make this world better now. That's what I think the lesson of the past year stopped us and made us think of the important things. And the outpouring of love from food and from Getty Square and from all over. That's what we can do. We got about 5 minutes left. Rue Ross of Yonkers Voice, an amazing person. Obrigado, gracias a ti por tu es aquí, and muchas bendiciones. And we are so glad that you are here. What can we? How does the average person get a hold of finding Yonkers Voice online?
Well, I'll tell you this. Most average people in Yonkers are on Yonkers Voice.
There you go. But can I get on it if I'm outside of Yonkers?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Excellent.
We have lots of people that no longer live in Yonkers. Maybe they have family in Yonkers. Maybe
Could
they
be in
moved out of
Florida. They
Yonkers,
could be.
and they
next
want to know
town
what's
over.
going on in their own city. So most people are on you. But if you're not,
How do you get on?
you just go on our not Facebook, our webpage, YonkersVoice.com.
Right.
Or you can go to our YouTube channel, Yonkers Voice, and you can see what's going on.
Does that I don't even know why I get you popped up live all the time. Is it through Facebook or YouTube? I signed up.
Facebook.
Facebook. Yonkers Voice Facebook.
Facebook.
And Stephanie Karam, what do you think about this guy? He's out there. We talked about people being in the community all the time. Is that important in the Bronx?
Yes, we need more of that, and I wish all of our communities have that. And we need more people, and I know our communities are big and they're large, and we might need more than one person. This is not a one-man job. We all need to commit to being able to relaying the message of what's going on in our communities to everyone else, because knowledge is power. And with knowledge comes responsibility.
Absolutely. And the power of one is important. I speak at this middle school, and they call it the power of one day. The power of one, Stephanie, what you'll do. The power of one, Rue, what you've done to change the face of reporting and to inspire others to help Cookie or Getty Square, what have you. The power of one is amazing. Now, the other thing I love is that scripture which says, wherever two or more are gathered, there will you be. We can't do it all alone. This is a team here. Yonkers Voice is part of your team to help you be involved with the community and make it better. And Stephanie, get others that are joining you this summer to help us increase changing things for the better. I'm convinced our answer to New York is not to leave there. I'm still committed to New York. Should we all leave New York, Rue?
No. I love New York.
I love New York. We should write a song, Stephanie.
I love New York.
Me too.
And I think we have the power to change New York, Yonkers, whatever community you live in.
But people have to be able to afford to live there. Stephanie, you can graduate Tufts, a lot of you, if you can't own here, do you stay here?
People are gonna leave if they can't own, if they don't have property to own, if they don't have anywhere to live.
You
Forget
got-
about owning.
you
But
gotta-
we
There's
can
somewhere
change
to
that.
live.
We can change that.
We can change that.
You're
Can I
inspiring.
afford to live here?
Can you guys continue to help us change it, the Fuller Center?
You know, this is what I believe in. I believe in that we have the power to change. You can be the change.
You'll be the change.
What we
mover.
need to is work with the same common goal, towards the same goal.
Everything is if you start with a roof over your head, education goes up, crime goes down, ownership. All of our studies for 35 years show that. That's the heart of our mission. The heart of Yonkers Voice is a better Yonkers tomorrow. Do you have other interviews today?
Yes, I have two more.
Where do you go? Give me
Well,
an idea, our listeners.
I'm going to Trevor Park at around between 5:30 and 6:30.
I love Trevor Park.
You know, because that
A
is
lot of great parks. in
yes,
Yonkers.
a community event going there, and we have to be there to promote the good,
Beautiful.
to promote the positive, to promote, be involved in the community that
Perfect.
you live in.
Trevor Park. We'll get it at 5:30. We'll go to Yonkers Voice. What else you got?
Lusitania at 7:30 and 8:30. There is a Portuguese politician that helps
Now-
the immigrants.
Is Lusitania the Portugal kind of the Portuguese club?
It's a Portuguese restaurant.
Oh,
On
well,
Lockwood.
obrigado.
15 Lockwood. Great food, guys.
Portugal has a great,
Oh, yeah.
great fish, great history. We build in Portugal too, you know. the
Great
first-
everything. I love Portugal.
I-
I grew up in Portugal.
Oh.
Born in it. I went to high school in Portugal.
Capo Verde, Mozambique,
Big.
Portugal,
Yes.
tutto il mondo.
Tutto il mondo. Tutto il mondo.
Well, Rue Ross, I hope I can have you on again.
Sure.
And I got to meet you in the neighborhood again.
Thank you for inviting me, Jim.
What's the Yonkers Voice again?
The what?
Yonkers Voice Facebook, right?
Yonkers Voice. Just look for Yonkers Voice or Yonkers Voice Center.
Stephanie, can I have you join me again next week?
Yeah,
Do
sure.
you want to give a shout out to anybody who's listening?
Probably my mom.
Your
She's-
mom is awesome. Even though I didn't met her, she's got to have you.
Yeah, she
Yep.
is awesome.
Family life important to you?
Yes.
Family life important to you?
Extremely important.
Family life important to making our communities better?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to be. One
Do
of
you
the-
mind if I just say a little
Please.
quote that's my quote that I love the most? Guys, at the end of your life, when you're there, ready to move on,
Yeah.
you don't think about how much money you got.
None of it goes with you.
You don't think about how many houses you purchased,
No.
how many sports cars are at your driveway. The only thing that you think about is how much time did you spend with those that are around you at the last moment. So spend quality time with your family, enjoy them, because that's the only thing that really matters. And all that money, yes, it's good, but use it also to help others.
Make better.
Your life. To
You're
make
making it better. Obrigado,
De
Rue
nada,
Ross,
até a
Stephanie.
próxima.
Come right back, pick up hammer and nails. Bill O'Reilly's walking into the studio. He's a big guy. He's always got opinions. And glad, Nikki, thank you. FullerCenterNY.org. Yonkers Voice and viewers, we love you. And have a great, great day. God bless you.
Peace out, guys.
Thank you, Rue. And thank you, Yonkers. We love Yonkers.